intracapsular, intraarticular space.
Быстрее я расскажу.
The head of femur has fovea capitis, little fossa, 4 ligaments, or hip joint is joint which has additional element intracapsular ligament. That ligament by one end attached with head of femur, by other end attached with acetabulum. Understood? Inside the joint, within the joint it is located, and because called intracapsular ligament that protects the joint or amalgamates. Next additional element. Sesamoid bones. Sesamoid bones is term for bones which presents in joints and that protects the joints. You know different sesamoid bones. Yes, patella is sesamoid bone of knee joint. Pisiform is sesamoid bone of wrist joint. And last, bursas. Bursas are additional cavities in cavity. Articular cavity, you know what it means, yes? Space between bones or capsule and the bones. But in some joints there are
Cavities
new
inside of cavities.
spaces.
Wow.
Additional spaces, additional cavities, they called bursas. Knee joint has, for example, bursa. Finish with additional element, and next, classification of joints, functional classification. Means, classification of synovial joint. Remember, this is classification for movable joints, not synarthrosis or amphiarthrosis. Synovial joints can be simple, complex, and combined. Simple is synovial joint which is formed by two bones. Tell me the examples. Shoulders, next. Look at this here. Acromioclavicular, sternoclavicular, sacroiliac. Shoulder, hip. Yes? Complex is joint. Why I don't say knee? How is formed knee? Which bones articulates? Patella is sesamoid bone. It is additional bone of joint.
The femur and
Femur and tibia. Connects or is fibula third bone of knee or not?
Fibula connects to tibia.
Now listen. So the elbow is also formed by two bones.
No, 3.
Why?
Because the arm and radius connects to the humerus directly. Yeah.
Okay. Knee is formed by
Three.
two bones, but knee is complex joint. This is one joint in body which is formed by two bones, but it is complex. Why it is complex? Because it has many additional elements. Later about the knee, separately I am explaining the knee joint. Or again, simple joint is formed by two bones, complex more than two bones, combined joints. Which are combined joints? Joints, synovial joints, which located separately. For example, think about two different joints located in different parts, but moves together. which can be
Knee joint and
what means knee joint? Right knee, left knee, or what do you mean? Right lower limb, left lower limb.
okay, right.
Other, think.
The ribs, perhaps.
Ribs with what?
I'm very with that.
The connection of rib with what?
Others.
Stern.
Why?
Because of the reason.
You mean a right 12 rib and left rib, or what you mean?
What's the difference between the right and left knee joint and ribs?
Це такий
What's the difference?
лед просто.
Right lower limb is separated lower limb. There is a movement in right knee. Don't provide the movement of left knee. Understood or not?
Ribs, because they're connected to
These are two separated joints, synovial joints. Each of them have their special articular capsules located in different parts of body. Separated parts of, not totally body, maybe different parts, points, with special capsules, but move together. Or movement in one provides movement in another joint.
Yeah, you're right. It's still the ribs. But
Absolutely.
shoulder joint.
no.
Right shoulder, left.
I mean, the joint between clavicle and scapula and humerus.
No, you don't understand, you know what that clavicular and what scapula, this is joint, yes? Can you do so? What do you think, it moves left joint or not? No.
The ribs, it's still the ribs because we can't move them.
What, right half? You
Right.
can elevate the ribs or right rib, but left will be in their position, no problem. Finally, how I'm explaining you,
Fingers.
how, if I do so, I do so by other, or what?
Человек с одинаковыми руками.
Temporomandibular joint.
Человек с одинаковыми руками.
You don't understand, give me that.
Yes, but
Mandible.
Temporomandibular. Mandible connects with, you know, mandibular fossa. This is one joint, this is other joint. Yes, separate, located separately. Have special essential elements, additional elements, located separately. How you can remove your mandible in one side? It's not possible.
And then with similar hands.
Other examples, now think which will be next example. If you understood this, you must understand, you can understand other examples.
Max.
Zomeli titevi, razgulju s...
No. It's not the
the pelvis.
The maxilla is
What?
the maxilla?
Maxilla is no.
Maxilla moves,
On
yes.
skull there is only one moving.
Close your teeth, perhaps.
How is possible this one?
Supination, pronation.
Supination, pronation,
Ah.
which joint?
Ulna
Ulna and
Radius.
radius.
radius moves.
But how the ulna and radius are connected with together? By the proximal epiphyses and by the distal epiphyses. These are two different, separated joints. Proximal, distal. Understood or not? Next example. Connection between vertebrae. How the vertebrae are connected? By which parts? Posteriorly. Which parts? What are these? Superior and inferior articular processes. Yes? Each vertebra has two superior articular processes. Connects with two different inferior articular. These have special capsule, this other capsule, but how they move together. Understood or not?
And the skull and atlas.
Там подвижная полностью.
Skull, yes, atlanto-occipital joint is also combined joint. Atlanto-axial.
Это полностью подвижно. Единственное позвоночники, которое полностью. Остальные
Можно на
полуподвижные.
180 повернуть.
Остальные ты вот так не повернешь, что сломаешься к чертям.
Не говори полуподвижный. Полуподвижный means amphiarthrosis.
Это не амфитеатр.
Не, не, да?
No, you can tell with limited movement. Difference. Полуподвижный как английском?
Semi-movable.
Semi-movable,
Half
not
movable.
correct term for joints, synovial joints with limited movement. Okay, next, classification of synovial joints by the movement axes. Generally, 3 axes, 3 degrees is known around of which possible movements in synovial joints. The names of that axis is sagittal has this direction, frontal has this direction, and vertical. Around each of them possible 2 types of movements. For example, if you take frontal axis, around the frontal, for example, take the wrist joint. In wrist joint, possible movement around the frontal axis. Around the frontal axis, possible movements. Flexion, extension. Remember the names. This movement called flexion, this is extension. These are movements around the frontal axis. Second is sagittal axis. Yes? Around the sagittal axis, possible also 2 types of movements. Abduction, adduction.
Abduction and adduction.
Adduction, abduction. In wrist, possible only these types of movements. But third axis is vertical. What is possible around the vertical? Rotation, circumduction. Yes? In which joint possible this movement? That joint has name. Atlanto-axial median joint. Atlanto-axial median, not generally atlanto-axial. Why later? Now, listen. By the movements around the axes, synovial joints classified as so: triaxial, biaxial, uniaxial. What means triaxial? What do you think?
3.
What, 3? What, 3?
3.
Possible what? All types of movements. All which types? Flexion, extension, abduction, adduction, rotation. All types of movements around of all that 3 axes. Example, shoulder joint, hip joint. Understood? Biaxial means movement possible around of 2 axes only. And I said about example, this is wrist joint, where possible only flexion, extension, abduction, adduction. Rotation, no. Rotation performs radio-ulnar joint, not in wrist. Uniaxial means when possible movement only around the 1 axis. That example, atlanto-axial median, where possible movement around the vertical axis, but elbow is also uniaxial. Yes? In this joint, possible flexion, extension, or movement around the frontal axis. Understood or not? But multiaxial, triaxial, say, biaxial and uniaxial joints by the types of articular surfaces divides, or triaxial joints can be ball and socket and plane. What it means? If the shape of articular surface of one bone from two, totally two bones or more than two, yes? The shape of articular surface is convex, round by like head, that joint will be what? Ball and socket. If that joint is ball and socket, that means that is triaxial or opposite. Now, if I ask you, for example, shoulder joint is ball and socket joint, that means possible movement around of which axes? You must think how is formed shoulder joint by head. Head has spheroid shape. That means that is ball and socket. If it is ball and socket, it is multiaxial. Understood or not? Second type of multiaxial is plane. Plane means bones are connected with together by plane articular surfaces. Flat articular surfaces. Which bones are connected with together by flat articular surfaces? That vertebrae, articular processes of vertebra, superior and inferior articular processes has flat articular surfaces. Sacroiliac joint or auricular surfaces of ilium with auricular surface of sacrum, also flat surfaces. But what's the difference between multiaxial ball and socket, multiaxial plane? In plane multiaxial joints, movements very, very limited. Understood or not? Diapason, English word, diapason. Диапазон. Как диапазон на английском?
Диапазон. Ну, диапазон это...
Range.
Range? Тогда переведи. Ball and socket joints reach more than plane multiaxial joints.
Ball and socket has wide range movement than plane joint.
Thank you. And
2 marks. Wide range.
if you take sacroiliac joint, in this connection, this is synovial joint. But very, very limited movements. Very limited means about vibrations. Good developed sacroiliac joint have very tensors.
Very dense, like you.
Next, types of biaxial joints. Biaxial joints can be condylar, saddle, ellipsoid. Condylar means if articular surface is condyle, joint which is formed by that bone will be condylar. Understood or not? Which bones have condyles?
Oh, and skull?
Which skull? Parietal bone of skull or what?
No, occipital. No.
This atlanto-occipital joint, which is formed by condyles of the occipital bone, is type of ellipsoid joint. By the tortora, it is condylar. But why this joint, by other authors, is ellipsoid? Because condyles of occipital bone has shape like ellipse, half of ellipse. Geometric figura ellipse, half of ellipse. Understood anyone? Next, okay, next bone which has condyle.
Humor, no?
Humerus? Where it has condyle?
Knee joint.
Knee joint, condyle cell femur, condyle cell tibia. Knee joint is condylar. If it is condylar, it is
Yes.
biaxial. That means possible movements around of two axes. Around which axes? Sagittal and vertical. Example of saddle, which the articular surface of which bone has shape like saddle. Saddle means shape like saddle. Articular surface of bone has crest which divides that articular surface into two parts, two halves. Which bone? Where? There. Look at the scroll. Scapula has two articular surfaces, glenoid fossa and acromion.
Там супра, ладно, все. Я не знаю.
Articular surface of bone has crest. That crest divides articular surface of bone into two parts, two halves.
It's in the skull, right? No?
Rib,
Oh.
head of rib,
Yeah. Okay.
or connection of head of rib with what? Demifacets of vertebra is example of saddle joint. Uniaxial joints can be hinge and pivot, or trochlear and cylindrical. You can remember so also. Remember hinge, pivot, but other names. Cylindrical, pivot. Cylindrical, trochlear. Which bones have trochlea? Humerus. By the trochlea, humerus connects with which bone?
Ну, а
Сюда?
сейчас. Я картинку,
Where the humerus and trochlea? On the upper end or the lower end?
on the upper, не, lower.
Upper and
No,
lower.
lower.
With which bone
With
articulates by the trochlea?
Una. Not una. Radius.
Анна.
Он уже сказал Ульна два
И он
раза.
тоже сказал, раз, три.
Значит, я не расслышала.
А,
Humero-ulnar joint is trochlear, uniaxial. Hinge, cylindrical, which articular surface has shape like cylinder. What is cylindrical shape? What means? Round. What it means? There are three
The
bones.
radius.
Radius with what?
With the ulna.
With ulnar, radio-ulnar joint. Next. You said that joint. Cylindrical shape. Which bone? Atlantoaxial median, which is formed by the dens of axis and dental fossa of the atlas. It's also cylindrical. Understood or not? And I know these joints, I don't know why, but for students, bone connections very difficult. I don't know why. If you know articular surfaces of bones, if you know which bones connect which two together, why the joints are problem for students? But study this, how I'm explaining it. And don't mix, all of students mixes synarthrosis with diarthrosis. Difference. Synarthrosis, immovable connections, diarthrosis, movable connections, or synovial joints. Understood or not? Sometimes, for example, when I'm asked, tell me the, what? Okay, I think you may do mistakes during the lesson. For next lesson, study general information about the synovial, not synovial, bone connections. Totally, what I'm explaining you. Okay, and I'm asking.
It's for tomorrow.
Tomorrow? Yeah, for tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Sir, what